Peter Neumann. I had come up here to initially to channel John Pastel, which I will do in a moment. But since Olga mentioned her father, I wanted to recount a story from 1959 when I was at the first IFIP conference in Paris. And Glushkov was there, along with a bunch of Russian scientists who had built the BESM. And they were talking to some of my Harvard colleagues, Tony Ottinger in particular, in Russian, fluent Russian in his case, about how they were scared to death because they had recently been to China and they'd seen that the Chinese had built, this is 1959, a Chinese copy of the BESM computer from an article or two in the journals, and no design plans, no detailed specs or anything. So they were scared to death that the Chinese were going to take over the computer market. That's an aside, just for Olga, who I guess is not here anymore. The fact that I'm, I guess, the oldest person still working at SRI after all these years suggests that I wanted to look back at John Pastel and ask the question of what would John think about the world today as we know it with respect to the internet and the TCP IP and the openness of all of the documentation that he had been the custodian of, and Snowden and all the other stuff that's going on. I think the one word that has not been mentioned today is the word community. And I think John viewed this whole community of folks, some of whom are here today, as a very synergistic. Ooh, boy, we got some wild weather here. You see why Vince wears this vest. It's 15 degrees cooler up here than it is out there in the sun. At any rate, he looked on this community of people that he was sort of the coagulative force for, and really, I think he would have been very pleased to see us here today. But he would have been absolutely astounded and appalled at the fact that we have so little meaningful security, and we've got reliability and resilience and all that other good stuff, but we still haven't got the kind of security that we need. So in short, I would say that the community that this gathering represents is absolutely extraordinary in that it pulls together not only the networking guys, but the operating system developers and the hardware developers. And I would mention in passing that I'm sort of part of an effort to revisit all of that. And Howie Schroeb came to us and said, if you were going to start all over, what would you do differently? And we're trying to do it with new hardware, new software, new networking, software-defined networking, and all that stuff. But I think the concept of the community is really the key to the whole thing. Thank you, Vin.